What's up, guys? Josh Hamacher here with Cream City Central. I just want to break down what Packers GM Brian Gutekunst just did that former Packers GM Ted Thompson wouldn't do, and that is in Week 3 only sign free agent cornerback Bashaud Breeland, and there's some talk about how he actually could make a real impact this season with the Packers, even though he's fresh to the squad, fresh to the team. Here we are heading into Week 4 with a beat-up Packers secondary, a beat-up linebacking core, a defensive lineman that's out for the year, and the Packers defense needs some serious help. Packers GM, obviously, Brian Gutekunst, wanted to get something done. He's been holding tryouts. I said last night, for those of you who tuned in on CCC Packers Live, that I don't think the Packers will pursue Earl Thomas, but they will try out other free agent cornerbacks and probably pursue that avenue. And here we are, 24 hours later, and that's exactly what happened. Packers bring in Bashaud Breeland, and there's no doubt that he'll make an impact, in my opinion. So his career in Washington, so he does actually have some experience. It's not like he was a practice squad player for a few years and then got brought up to the 53-man roster. He's made an impact, and so 2014 obviously was his rookie year. 2 interceptions his rookie year. He played in a total of 15 games that year. And fast forward to 2017, which is this past season. He played in 15 games, started all of them, took away with 1 interception, and it happened to be a 96-yard pick six. So he does have some potential here. He'll actually fill in with Kevin King. I would assume with his groin injury, he'll fill in that position there. And the Packers need some help. There's no doubt about that. And this is exactly what is going to happen for the Packers. I think that he'll come out, and I don't know if he'll necessarily start right away, but I do think the Packers will look for him to play on Sunday at home at Lambeau Field against the Buffalo Bills. And I do look for him to at least play special teams. The Packers have already made room on the roster by cutting center Austin Davis, I believe. And here we are. It's Tuesday. Tomorrow is the Packers' first practice of the week. And Mike McCarthy will come out tomorrow, and he'll announce the signing, make it official. I'm sure the Packers will actually make a press release of their own within the next 24 hours announcing the signing, if they haven't already by the time of this video. And we're just going to have to see how things play out. So to break it down, the Packers now have HaHa, Kentrell Brice, their 2 safeties. They definitely need to step up, but there's really no better options out there for them right now. Josh Jones was actually a healthy scratch last week. You saw him actually kind of react on Twitter, saying he just wants the ball, he just wants to play. So clearly he was a late healthy scratch in Josh Jones. So we're going to have, as far as Mike Pettine's base defense, it's mostly going to be Josh Jackson, Jair Alexander, definitely top 2 cornerbacks there right now. We're going to have to see what happens with Bashaud Breeland. He obviously has some experience, and it's something the Packers need. They need some experience. Obviously, they traded away Lindsey Pipkins for Antonio Morrison. And, I don't know if GM Brian Gutekunst is biting himself in the butt right now for trading away Lindsey Pipkins. I would have to say that he still made the right move. I would have to say that he thought that was in the team's best interest, and even though there's been a few injuries and it's not gone the Packers' way so far this season, especially in the secondary, especially last week against the Washington Redskins with all the holding penalties, that sitting here today, it's still the right move. The Packers still need linebacking help, so I think the Packers will still continue to try out for that, and I would look for GM Brian Gutekunst to add another player to help with the linebackers, or more specifically the defensive line as well. We all looked for the Packers defense to be completely changed in this last offseason with Mike Pettine coming in and Dom Capers going out. But here we are. Injuries happens to every team. Every team has to get over it. You have to look at mental health issues. A good example is Vikings defensive end Everson Griffin. Extreme talent, but we all hope that he gets the help that he needs. And it happens with every team throughout every season. We can't be mad about injuries. We just know we have to cope with them. The difference now is that Brian Gutekunst is actually taking that step forward to make an impact, change the team in the middle of the season, doing something that old Packers GM Ted Thompson won't. Let me know what you guys think in the comments here, and we'll just be breaking down, have live reactions as to what's happening on this Packers team, because get your popcorn ready. GM Brian Gutekunst is not done yet, and we'll have to see in the coming weeks what he does to this team. So once again, Josh Amacher here with Cream City Central. Let me know what you guys think, and see you in the next one.